Coach, coming up on the final road trip of the season here, it's a lengthy one. I mean, after spending so much time on home ice, what are you expecting from this club as you get out away from Bell MTS Iceplex?
I should expect the same as what we've seen in the past. That's a team that shows up every game, every practices. They're working hard. They're playing the right way. So I will expect the same thing. I mean, the standard has been set. That's how we play. That's how we move. That's how we execute, and we're gonna keep doing it the exact same way. The only difference is we don't have the last line change, but other than that, different rink. And I think the guys are excited to get on the road trip before the end of the season. We've been here for a while. Playing hockey, part of it is packing your stuff and going on the road and playing in different rinks. So I think there's an excitement there. Certainly a good practice today. The mindset is right. So I don't expect less than um, a real good compete and for 7 more time.
Just to wrap things up for me, I just wanted to get a bit of an update on some of your players that aren't going to be finishing the season, or their season is finished, with Dekan Chisholm, Skylar McKenzie, and Brent Peterson.
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate for Peterson. He hasn't played a single game. It happened in training camp, and we tried so many different ways to get him back in the lineup. He tried on the ice. He couldn't sustain a full practice, so he's gonna take care of it, and hopefully he's good to go next year. I'm sure he will. Skyler, he can't play. There's no way he's gonna come back for the last 7 games, so we shut him down. And Chisholm, the same thing. We just shut him down. He can't. He's not gonna be ready before the end of the season. So it's unfortunate for all 3 of them, but. It's going to give an opportunity to somebody else.
And sorry, just branching off of that, I mean, what can you say about the season that Dekan Chisholm had in his rookie season? Obviously, going to be frustrating for him not to play out these last 7 games, but he seems like he accomplished a lot.
Yeah, he did. He did. And our last evaluation of him was when he came to the Moose last year at the end of the season, and we could look at him and some junior habits, but we could tell the skills that he has, and I understand why we drafted him. He's got real good feet, good vision, can shoot the puck. And then we set up a plan, and we had our exit meetings in the summer after the season, and he came back, and you could tell he went from a junior player to a pro player pretty quick. From day one at camp, we could see a big difference. And at that age, sometimes a real good summer of training can make a big impact on your season. And he certainly did it right. The way he trained the last summer and coming back here this year, he's had a real good season. Now, he's not just a guy with skills. He's not just a guy that can skate. He was defending properly. He was holding the line properly. His gap control was good, and he could adjust to the kind of systems we wanted to use and the pace of the games we want to see from our players. And we saw it in practices. So the improvement in this case was the foundation of it was hard work, obviously, combined with his skills. That's a guy that made some big strides. It's, again, unfortunate he can't finish the season and can't play the 7 last games, but he had a good season. Power play was successful this year, and he was a big piece of it. But also defending. We're not a team that gives much to the other teams, and over the season we scored more goals later in the season, and he was part of that too. So real good season for Chisholm.